Well, good morning again. I've got a lot of list of people that's asked questions here, so I'm making quite a few videos today to kind of get caught up on the backlog, because I do have a lot of people that's actually asking me some questions, and usually I will address them on emails and stuff like that. But I've started a YouTube channel so that people can kind of see and kind of, if you've been on the online industry very long, you're going to know what I'm saying is true. If you haven't, you're going to be saying, well, that guy may be bitter, that guy is upset and angry. Let me put it this way. I am frustrated, but I'd like to say this. I am supportive of the online educational industry. I think it's the future. I think it's going to go. I think this COVID-19 that we've experienced has opened up a plethora of opportunities. I think that with a little tweaking and a little bit of more time and more acceptance, we're going to actually see this as the standard. Number one, I think a lot of these companies out there are just great. They're fantastic companies. Two, I think that it's becoming a very difficult market. But if you tried, you tried, you tried. Now, a lot of people see my videos, and I've had one person say, there's no way we could hire you. I mean, we've seen your videos. Okay, you've seen them. Why don't you want to hire me? Just be honest with me. Just let me do the job I'm hired for. Let me know what's going on, because my videos are strictly talking about deception, manipulation, self-destruction of the company to itself. These are just things I've observed from an observation and experienced. But I think the online industry is really where it's going to be. In fact, I'm trying to set up my online company right now slowly. I'm really looking at getting this stuff going. I've had some a medical issue for almost a year now as far as walking and getting out. It's getting better. I'm looking to get my own office set up. I've got to relocate and go to another country. But I'm telling you right now, online teaching is great if you're doing it for the right reasons. Now, I have no faith whatsoever in some companies. And they used to be on the top of my list. Number one, 51 Talk. I started out with them, and I love that company. That company was really, really good. Well, the penalties started becoming really abusive, although I never really had any problems with stuff like that. And they started tweaking their platform, and the platform started having a lot of glitches in it. You know, what works, works. Don't break something just because it works. Now, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And two, they started overhiring. Overhiring is probably the Achilles heel of every company. Really is. I've worked with ABC for almost 3 years. I have to say, ABC at one time, even today, is dear to my heart. I love that company. That company was great. The kids are great. They were wonderful. Now, kids are going to come and go due to economics and stuff like that. I understand that. But you've seen other videos on it, and especially what CBC's done through VipKid. And there are some things in there that I didn't care about. Okay. But there are some companies out there that's really, really good. Now, another company that I really like, I didn't pass. I've got a video on that too, part of my videos on that company, Protostar. I think they've got the handle. I think they've got the right direction for evening online work. I really think Protostar is a company that's up and coming. I do. Now, I got shafted by them, and I think I covered that in another video. But that's not the purpose of this video. There's a lot of good companies out there. You got to find them. There's a lot of companies out there. Look on the internet. Look on Glassdoor. Look at all the complaints. Some people aren't getting paid by some. There's a lot of scams out there where you give up all this data, all this information. You'll work a couple of months. The company got paid for those lessons. Suddenly you don't get paid. They took a windfall of money and the company shut their doors, don't answer emails. What are you going to do? You're not going to fly to China and say, give me my money. You see what I'm saying? They don't pay up front and they pay a month behind, so they could leave their country at the end of 1 month and you're not going to know it until you didn't get paid 2 weeks later. That happens a lot. So what I'm thinking, the nighttime industry may be suffering the most, but I think keeping your eyes and ears open, you're going to see that daytime work open up in the schools themselves. Schools are short on teachers. But I hope that these online companies will require a licensed degree teacher to teach in that classroom online. It's not a job for TEFL. It's not a job for... These are in-classroom professional positions and should be treated as such by a professional, educated, degreed, licensed teacher. That's just my thought on it. Is there a future in online in teaching? Yes, there is. Is it ever going to disappear completely? No, I don't believe it is now. I think the genie's out of the bottle. Can they make a lot of mistakes at this point? Yes, they can. The realization's coming that they've got to make some hard choices. Either get quality teachers that are there to teach a lesson, or, in one of my videos I mentioned, you're hired on looks, you're hired on entertaining, education last. I don't think it's fair that teachers get hired into school to be a marketer. I don't think it's fair that teachers are hired to be an entertainer, although I do think that you have to have some kind of a entertaining quality. But teaching comes first. And I think that that's what they need to look at, educational aspect of it. So I really believe in online. I really believe it's there. I'm actively looking for nighttime work. I presently do work for 2 companies that teach in the classroom daytimes. Looking at expanding on that a little bit. If I get the right place set up where I can actually get a blackboard back here and actually start doing some other subject matter, I wouldn't mind teaching math and some other subjects too. So anyway, this is Teacher Terry. Don't take me as being negative on the online industry. I support the online industry. I don't support deception, lies, and manipulation. It's time for people to come up and say, hey, these educators need a little dignity. There's a lot of real teachers out there with experience and qualifications and licensing looking for work because they couldn't get on the inside and treated fairly. Now we're seeing the same thing happen here. Why are you having a problem getting teachers? You're not paying enough. And that's going to be another big issue when you start going into teaching. Online companies have dropped their pays drastically because they're flooded with wannabes. They're flooded with a lot, and I'm going to use this term, lazy people. They think this is easy work. They got their friends, the referral monkeys jumped all over them, and got everybody involved in it. It's not as easy as people think it is. But they've got to draw the line somewhere. And that's all I've been saying. The future's here. Online is the way of the future. So please don't take me the wrong way. I'm not bitter. I'm frustrated. And You either ride the beast and learn how to control it, or you let the beast trample all over you. So please, online industry is a wonderful place to be. It's a great opportunity. I just think we have our priorities in the wrong place, and I just think that they hire for the wrong reasons. But maybe that's why they have as many problems as they do. This is Teacher Terry. Hope to see you in the classroom.